In this tutorial we will create this model of an 8080. When we go to solid view, we see it's quite simple geometry, and in rendered view we see a lot of details, but it's a little bit of cheating. The details come mostly from the textures. Start a new Blender scene and select everything with A and delete everything with delete. Now go to the collection and rename it to background images or references. With 1 on the numpad, we get to the non-perspective front view, and in the video description you will find a link where you can download 5 reference images which also serve as texture images. First select the referent front image and drag and drop it into the viewport. Now press Alt-G to center the image in the world origin, and you can rename it in reference front. In the side menu, go down to data and activate perspective, and activate under depth in front, and activate the checkbox opacity and drag it to 0.5 approximately. Now with GY, move it back a little bit. Press 1 and 9 on the numpad and go to your folder and import the referent back image. Be careful, don't drag it onto your existing reference image, drag it anywhere here. Now press Alt-G to center it, activate in front and perspective, and again opacity, and drag it to 0.5. With GY, move it forward a little bit. And you can rename it to reference back. And now import the reference side image and press 3 on the numpad to go to the side view. Again center it with Alt-G and activate in front, perspective and opacity to 0.5. With GX, move it back a little bit. Now we set up our reference images and now we can start modeling. Before we start, we create a new collection, right click on Scene Collection, select New Collection and name it 8080. With 3 on the numpad we go to the side view. With the mouse wheel you can zoom in and out, and with Shift A go to Mesh and add a cube. Go to Edit mode with Tab or with the help of this menu here. Everything is selected, and with GZ we can move the cube up until the bottom of our cube matches the bottom of the main body of the 8080. With SY we can scale it down until the corner here meets the corner of the main body. Select the front face and go to side view again, and with GY we can bring it back and select the top face, go back to side view, and GZ we bring it down. When we go in the front view, we see our cube is way too wide. Select the side faces, go to front view again, and with SX scale it down. Now navigate a little bit around until you see the top face, and with Ctrl R add a loop cut. If the loop cut doesn't appear directly, move the mouse from left to right a little bit until it appears. With the left mouse button we confirm the action and we go to face select mode here on the top menu and select all the face on this side, and with delete these faces. Go to the modifiers tab here on the side menu add a new modifier, go to generate and add a mirror modifier. Everything we do on the right side is mirrored to the other side. Activate this clipping checkbox and now we can go on. Go to the side view once again and we will add another few loop cuts. Press Ctrl R and do not confirm the action yet, move loop cut to this edge here. And in the back part, Ctrl R and move loop cut to this edge here. And we do it for the front part as well. And now you see we need to align the loop cut to this edge here. We can select it and with GY we can correct the position here on the bottom and select this single edge. Go to side view and with GY we can move it back. The same here on the front. Select the loop cut on the top and with GY move it forward. Now we can select this loop cut here at the end, this edge, and with G we can move it down a little bit. Pay attention, here are some hull plating which sticks above the top of the model, so we need to move the edge down a little bit. And now you see we need another loop cut here because there is a small rim here at this rear part. I add another loop cut, move it slightly forward and select the top edge, and with GZ we move it up so it fits our model. Select the rear once again and with GZ we align this edge here so it's parallel to the background image. And we do the same here on the front part. Now we need to switch to vertex select mode. Go to the top menu here and click on the vertex icon. Select the first vertex here at the front and go to the front view. And with GX move it in a little bit and select the bottom vertex, go to front view again and with GX align it with the background image. And now just go through the vertices of the model and align it to the background image. Select the next vertex and with GX slide it in and select the bottom vertex and with GX align it with the background image. Here we can select both vertices because these edges are parallel. Next, for these vertices, press 1 on the numpad and 9 to go to the back view, and with GX slide them in again. And first I will take this vertex with GX and align it. Then I select the bottom. And last we need these two vertices and move them in. So, and now we have completed the base shape of our main body. What we can do now is go to face select mode and select the front face and with I on the keyboard insert another face. Then we select this face here in the middle and delete it. And go to edge select mode, select the edge, and with GX move it in. Now we can select the inner face, and with E and move the mouse back a little bit, we create a little indentation. We can do the same for the back. Delete this face, go to edge select mode. And we do the same for the bottom. In case you get individual insets, you need to press I once again, so the faces are connected. Again, delete all of these faces and select the edges, and with GX close the model, and we can select the faces for the indentation. Now we need to work on some details. Select this face here on the bottom and go to side view, and with E extrude it down until you reach this edge here. Go to edge select mode and select this edge, go to side view once again, and with GY move it forward, and select this edge, go to side view, and with GY move it back, and select these two edges and press W and subdivide. It creates another edge here on the side, and we can go to side view once again, and with G we can align it with our model. Next we need to go to vertex select mode and press K to activate the knife tool, and put the cursor right here, and press Y on the keyboard and left click when you reach this edge here, and press Y 2 times and set another left click and press Y once again to move it back. We do the same here for the front part. Press K to start here at the top. Move it down to this point. With Y, move it forward. Double Y to unlock the knife tool. Set another anchor point, and Y once again and move it forward. Go to face select mode, select this face and this face, and with E we can extrude it and select the top faces. Go to side view, and with Alt E extrude faces along normal, press Shift and align it with our background image once again. And that's it for the modeling for the main body of the AT80. With Tab we can go to object mode, and we can rename it here in the outliner to body, and with Shift A go to mesh and add another cube. Go to edit mode, and with GY move it forward, and with S scale it down. Go to a side view once again and move it up. I align the bottom right edge to the background image once again, and With GZ I bring the top down, and with GY I align the front edge. Now add a loop cut once again and delete the faces on this side, and we add another mirror modifier. Activate clipping once again and go to edge select mode. With GY move it forward. With G align it to this edge here in front and go to front view. Go to vertex mode, select this edge, and with GY move it in. Select the bottom edge, with GY move it in, and the rear edge. And the bottom. And now we can start with details. Go to the top and select these edges, and with W press subdivide and go to this little menu here and increase the number of cuts to 2. Select the first edge, go to the side view. I think it's better to activate vertex mode so we can see the vertex here on the side. It's a small orange dot, and with GG we can slide it along this edge here. Go to the top view once again and select the other edge, and with GG we can move it to this point here. Now we can select the face, go to side view, and with E to extrude we can extrude it upwards, and we can go to edge select mode, and with GG we can move it so it matches the background image. Select the first the front edge, and with GG move it back. And we need to do the same here for the front part. With W subdivide we increase the number of cuts. We go to vertex mode and select the bottom 2 vertices. It is nearly perfectly aligned for our purpose. With GG we move it up. And select the top edge, go to side view with GG once again. And we can select the face again, go to side view, extrude. And we can select the bottom edge again. Go to face select mode. First we need to go to front view with GX, move the 2 faces in, and now go to face select mode, and again with inset delete this little face here on the side and move it in. Go to face select mode, and with E we create another indentation. Now go to the bottom side and select the first edge and the last edge, and with W subdivide create a new edge, and with GG we move it to the side a little bit. Now go to vertex select mode, and with 7 on the numpad and 9 go to the bottom, and with GG we slide it to the side so that this edge and this edge are parallel. With W, create two cuts and go to vertex select mode, select the first edge, go to side view, and with GG, move it to the front and select the last edge, and with GG, move it back, go to face select mode, select the face and extrude it with E. And now we need again two more cuts. Select the edges and subdivide it. Go to vertex select mode and with GG align it. Select these four vertices and with G move them up. Go to the bottom view once again, select the first edge and the last edge, and with W subdivide, create a new one. Select the newly created edge and with SX0 align it parallel to the Y-axis. And now we need to go to the front view, go to vertex select mode so we can see it in front view, and with GX move it until we reach this point here. Go to face select mode, select the face, go to front view and extrude it. With G, select the outer edge here, go to front view, and with GX move it in a little bit. And we can select the two edges once again and we create another cut. Move it forward a little bit and select the face, go to front view and extrude it once again. Select the front face and with GY move it back, and we can select these two faces, insert, again delete this faces and select this face and GX and this face GX. Go to face select mode, select this one and this, and with E we create another indentation. And now we need to do a little bit freestyle. I select this edge here, with Shift D we duplicate it and we press X to move it out, and with GY we bring it forward, and with EX we extrude it to the side, and we create, with Ctrl R we create two loop cuts. Confirm the action. You can increase the number of cuts here in the menu, or you can use the mouse wheel. With SX we bring them to the side and we go to face select mode, select everything, and with E we extrude it and select the outer faces, and with E extrude them outwards. Select everything when you hover the mouse over your mesh. Press L to select all connected faces, and with GZ we bring it up. And with GX we bring it in a little bit. Now with Shift A we add a cylinder, and we need to deactivate clipping for a moment. Scale it down, and with GX bring it to the side and scale it down further, and with GY bring it forward. Now we can activate clipping again, and with RX 90 rotate it around 90 degrees. Go to the front view, and with G bring the cylinders up, and with S, Shift Y, scale it on the Z and the X axis. Approximately this size, and with Y, scale it. And with GY, bring it forward a little bit and select the front face, and with I, insert another face, and with E, extrude it forward. With I, insert another face, and with E, extrude it forward. Now press E and confirm the action with a right click, and press S to scale it up, GY to bring it forward, and E to extrude it another time. Now press I to insert another face, make it quite small, perhaps not that small, and with E, bring it back. Now go to front view and you need to eyeball the vertical edges here and select these 4 faces and do the same on the bottom. And go to the side view and extrude them forward. Now go to the backside and select this face. With Shift D, duplicate it, move it back, RZ90 to rotate it around 90 degrees, and bring it to the side, scale it up, and with E, extrude it out. Now select the whole mesh, the whole cylinder, and with GY bring it forward. And now select the inner face in this rail here, Shift D, GZ, and scale it on the Y axis and extrude it upwards. And SX to scale it down. Select everything with L, and with GY bring it forward, and GZ bring it upward. So, and that's it all for the head, I think. No, there's one thing left. We need to create another indentation. Press I to insert a face, select this face, delete it, and select the edge, and with GX close the gap. Select the inner face, and with E create the indentation. So, and now I think we finished the work on the head. We can leave the edit mode, and we do one more thing. Our cannons are not round. Go to Object and select Shade Auto Smooth. Now we can rename the head in our outliner. In Object Mode, press Shift A to add another cylinder, and go to Edit Mode, scale it down, and with RX rotate it around 90 degrees. We go to the side view once again, and with G we move it to the neck section here. I think this is the perfect size. With S, Y, I scale it down, so I have a size of one element here. with Ctrl R, I create a loop cut, and with S, I bring it up. Now we can delete these two faces. Go to object mode once again, and we need to create an array modifier. This is the wrong axis. Set x factor to 0 and the y to 1. And now we can create the neck with G, Y, move it until it disappears in the head, and increase the number of repetitions so it disappears in the body. And we can go to Object, Shade Auto Smooth, and we can rename the object into neck. Now we start with the legs, select the body and hide it with H, go to the side view, and with Shift A add a cylinder and increase the number of vertices to 64. Go to Edit Mode and scale it down with RY90, rotate it around 90 degrees, and the first cylinder must be placed around here. There is a circle, you can barely see it, and we need to align with the first cylinder here. This should do, I think. And Shift D to duplicate it, and with GY move it along the y-axis to this position approximately, and with S, Shift X, scale it up, and we need to match the circle here in the background. Okay, now we can go to the front view, and with GX move it to this position, and with SX scale it down. You see here this cylinder in the front view, and this is the background element of a leg. Select the second cylinder, and with GX do the same. Now go to Vertex Select Mode, and I go to the side view once again. This is the top vertex, or the top edge, and I counted 1, 2, 3 and 4. Select the fourth edge, and we need to go to the smaller circle, and this is the top vertex, and I select the one next to it. With these two edges, I press F to create a face. And now we need to do the same for the bottom. One, two, three, 4. And this is the bottom vertex, and select the one next to it and press F once again. And now go to Face Select Mode, and we need to delete the inner faces. With Shift we select every face here on the inner side. And then delete it. And do the same for the big cylinder. Now go to edge select mode and shift select this edge, shift alt select the half circle, this half circle also, and the bottom edge. When everything is selected, press F to create a face. Now we need to do this on the other side. Shift alt select this half circle, Shift alt select the great half circle, Shift select the top and the bottom edge and create a face. Next we select the front face and with Shift D X move it forward and go to the side view, and we need to align this circle to the first element here in front. Scale it down. Shift D and Z to move it to the knee element here in the middle, and also scale it down. Now we can go to front view. With GX we move it closer to the background image, and E to extrude it. We do the same for the upper circle. Go to front view with GX, align it with the background image, and with E extrude it. Now go back to the front view, to the side view, go to vertex mode, and now we need to eyeball the vertex. I select this one here at the edge, and we go to the other side and do the same. I select the entire edge, and now we need to select all the vertices in between on this side and the other side. And press Shift D and right click, go to the side view, and with EZ extrude it upwards, and SZ 0 to scale it on the Z axis so we get a flat plane on the top. Before we continue, we can do a little cleanup. Go to the side view and select the X-ray mode, and with B select all the edges, leave the X-ray mode, and with Shift deselect the corner edges, and now go to Mesh, delete and dissolve edges. We need to do the same here on the top. With C you get the little select circle, and then you can go over all the edges you want to select, and again go to Mesh, delete and dissolve edges. First I select the top face once again. I go to the side view, and with GZ I move it up a little bit, and with L I select the first element we created and hide it with H. And now I go to vertex select mode, go to side view and select this vertex and eyeball it on the other side, this one. Select the entire edge, and with EZ we extrude it down, and with F we create a face. Press Alt R, press Alt A to deselect everything, and with Shift Alt select select the half circle, select the first vertices here in front, and with F create a face. Go to face select mode and delete the inner faces here. Go to vertex select mode and with Shift Alt select the half circle and the back vertices and create another face. Now we can select the entire top element and go to front view, and with SX we can scale it up. Perhaps we select the front faces and with GX we move them further on the X-axis. And now we continue with the lower part of the leg. Go to the side view once again, go to vertex select mode and select this vertex, and I go to the other side and select this vertex once again. Select the entire edge, go to side view and with E, Z, move them down, and with F we create again a face on the bottom. Go to face select mode and delete the inner faces. Switch back to vertex select mode, with Shift Alt select the half circle and the front vertices and create a face. Again for the back side. Now go to face select mode, select the bottom face and go to a side view. With E, extrude it once more, and with S, Y, scale it in Y direction, and E, extrude it down, and SY, scale it back in. Go to edge select mode, select this face and the opposite face, go to front view and SX to scale it up. Go to face select mode and select these two faces and press I to insert the face and delete it. Go to edge select mode. We can with Shift Alt select this faces on the back side and this edges on the back side and the edges here, and go to edge mode, edge menu and select bridge edge loops. Select the face and with Shift D duplicate it and Z to move it down and scale it up. With GZ move it upwards a little bit. We need to align it with the inner circle and press E to extrude and scale it up so it reaches the outer circle, and press delete to delete the face, delete the center face, and now with B we can use another selection mode and select all the faces in the lower circle. Select the rest and with GX move it back a little bit and with E extrude it. Select the top faces, go to side view and with E extrude it once again. And now go to edge select mode, select the front edges and the back edges, and with Ctrl B apply a bevel operation and increase the number of cuts. maybe a few more. Go to face select mode and select the inner face on this side and the inner face on this side. And with Shift S, we choose cursor to select it. Alt A to select everything. And with Shift A, add a cylinder. We can keep the 64 vertices and scale it down. Go to the side view and with GZ we align the top of the cylinder with the top of the foot. S, Shift Z to scale it in every axis except the Z axis, and select the bottom face, go to side view, and with GZ we align it to the next edge, and with S scale it up. With E, extrude it once again and scale it up once again, and E, extrude it to the next edge, scale it up, and now press I to insert a face. And extrude it last time. Now we are already in face select mode, and select this 4 faces here on this side. We can activate X-ray mode once again, and with C we can mark it once again. So the other side is selected too. Go to front view and do the same here. We can leave X-ray mode and press Alt E and select Extrude Manifold, and with S we scale it inwards. Select the bottom face and delete it. And now go to Edge Select mode with Shift Alt, select the entire loop, and with Shift deselect the edges here around the indentation. Instead, select the edges around the corner here. Do the same for all the other indentations. And now press F to create a face. Go to face select mode and we can delete these faces. Now add a cube and scale it down. Move it to the bottom and move it forward. We can go to the front view. With GX we can move it to the other side and scale it down. SZ. With GX we can move it back to the foot, and we can select the front face and we can scale it down even further, and with GZ we can move it down, and with GZ we can move it up a little bit. Now we can select the toe and we can change our pivot point in this menu. Select 3D cursor and press Shift D, RZ90, and with Shift R we can repeat the last operation 2 times. Now we add our last cylinder, I think. We can reduce the vertex count to 32 and scale it down. Rotate it R, X 90 and SY, scale it up. And with S, Shift Y, scale it down. We go to the side view and move it up a little bit. Press Alt H to blend in the hidden parts. And now we can mirror this leg on the other side and to the back. Before we add mirror modifiers, we should start texturing and texturing the full leg, because then we need only do the texturing once and we can duplicate the leg as often as we want. But we can do another thing, go to Object and select Shade Auto Smooth. After I applied the Auto Smooth function, there is a little problem. The region around the foot is also smoothed and we lost our sharp angles. So go back to Edit mode, go to Edge Select mode and with Shift Alt select the loop up here. Select our front and the back edges and the edges on the side. And go to Mesh, Normals and Split. And now we got our sharp angles back. And now we can start texturing. I keep the mirror modifiers for now. We will begin with the side elements. When you have the mirror modifier active, the UVs will be projected on the other side and we only need to do one side this way. Go to the material menu and add a new material. We name it Material Side and enlarge the lower region here and select Shader Editor, and with Shift A we select a image texture, and with Ctrl T we can add the node setup, the texture coordinate node and the mapping node, and we use our same reference image as textures. For the side I use the reference side and connect the color with the base color of the principal BSDF. Before we can see the result of our texturing, go to the render properties and select the render engine cycles and change it from device CPU to GPU compute if possible, and then switch to the world shader and add a sky texture with Shift A, texture sky texture, and connect it with the background node and set the strength to 0.5. Now we can switch to the UV image editor and press 3 on the numpad to go to the side view, select our body and go to edit mode and go to face select mode and select all the side faces. And now press U, project from view. With A we select everything down here, and with G we must align our faces with the background image. With S we can scale it. I think this looks good. And now we can go to object mode and we see the result in the viewport shading. Yeah, and I think this looks good for the first attempt. The UVs are mirrored on the other side and we can continue with the rest of our model. Next we can hide the head for the moment, and I select the neck, go to side view, and in the material properties use this drop down menu and select material side. Go to edit mode, select everything with A and press U, project from view. In the UV image editor, select everything with A and move our segment on top of a segment in the background image. Move it to the center and scale it up with S until we reach the borders of one segment. With GY I place it in the middle, and with SY I scale it only on Y direction. And now I go to rendered view, and this is looking good for the neck. Now we can blend in our head object. Go to material preview and select our side material. Select the head, go to edit mode and select the side faces. And now once again press U and project from view. And with A select everything and move it to the head and scale it up until it matches the background image. Now we can work on the leg, hide the body, the head and the neck, and select our leg and choose again from the drop down menu material side and go to edit mode. First I select these three parts here and the faces on the other side, and I use again U, project from view. Now we need to work a little bit different, since the first leg element is covered by the elements in front. I select everything in UV image editor and move it to this plane here in the center. When we watch it in the rendered view, it looks quite good, and we could use this little trick for the covered elements. And we can select everything and hide it for the moment, and select these faces. With 9 on the numpad we can switch the sides and select the opposite faces, and we use once again U, project from view. Select everything in the UV image editor and we need to place it and scale it up. With B select the vertices here on the bottom, and with GY we can move it down a little bit, and with B select the lower vertices and move them down so the edges are matching with the background image. Then we can activate the rendered view, and I think this looks good from both sides. And for the last part of the leg, with L select the half circle, the cylinder and the foot and all the toes. With 3 go to side view and select once again U and project from view. Select everything in the UV image editor and move it down and scale it up until it matches the background image. Now we can hide the leg and blend in the body. And first we can apply the mirror modifier and go to material view and add another material. select the material site from the drop down menu and click on this little 5 to create an own instance. And we can rename it to material top. And now we can switch to shader editor and we can change the texture from reference side to reference top. And now we can go to edit mode, select 7 on the numpad to go to top view, and I select the top faces and press U and project from view, go to UV image editor, select everything and R90 to rotate it 90 degrees, and we can select our top reference image and scale it up as usual. And now I forgot to assign the material to the top view. Select the material top and press assign. And now we finished the top side. Now go to object mode once again. Click on this little plus and select the top material and click on the little 2 here to create another instance. Rename it to material front. And in shader editor, select the reference front and click on the plus to create another texture and select reference top in the drop down menu, click on the little plus and rename it material back. And once again, click on the plus, select the material top, click on the 2 and rename it material bottom. And select the reference bottom image. I think in the back material I forgot to assign the reference back image, but now we are good to go. Now with 1 on the numpad I go to front view, go to edit mode and select these 2 faces here, assign the front material and U project from view. I select the front image in the UV image editor and I place the faces here and scale them up. And now for the big face here in front, this one is covered in the front reference image with a head, so I simply use the back image. I assign the material back and select the reference back image and U project from view. I create the UV unwrapping, select everything and with G I bring it into position. And scale it up. I press 9 on the keyboard to switch to the back and do the same here. Assign the back material and U project from view, do the same. And now with 7 I go to the top view, at 9 I go to the bottom view and select all the faces on the bottom and assign the material bottom. Change the reference image to reference bottom and with U project from view and select everything with A and with R90 rotate it. This was the wrong direction and with R180 I can correct it and scale it up. And now we finished the UV unwrapping for the body And now we need to do the same for the head. Now I can blend in all the elements, and when we go to rendered view, we see the cannons look a little bit strange. We can select the head and select the cannons. And now I select material side, select the reference, and I press U, unwrap and angle based. Select everything and scale it down and place it once again in this free area here. Now it looks better. And our last action is select the leg and go to the modifiers tab and add a mirror modifier. With Shift D we can duplicate the whole object, and with G, Y we can move it a little bit forward and go to Object, Mirror, Mirror on Global Y, and go to the side view. We can blend in our reference image for last time, and with GY we can move it back. Yeah, that's it. We finished modeling our 8080. It looks quite good from a distance. It doesn't hold on for close-up shots, but maybe you can add some details. What we can do is to increase the roughness in the materials, and when we go to the back and increase the roughness, we can bring back some of the texture details. Yeah, that's it for this tutorial, and I will see you in the next one.